3 big booms for Tanner for that one. And another 5 big booms for us watching, of course, Here Comes the Boom, the 2012 film as requested by Hunter on Patreon. Thank you for the request. And if you also want to request a movie for us to watch, you can go to guaps.com/Patreon for $1 a month. You can request a movie for us to watch and we'll get around to it at some point. And this movie is going to be now described by Tanner, I guess. I don't know.
Guys, Here Comes the Boom is the story of Kevin Smith, who is a shitty teacher. He sees that a good teacher is in trouble and decides, you know what, I'm a piece of shit, but that guy isn't. I should help him. And so he takes up fighting and he saves the day. Fun fact... in the final fight, the crew wanted to use a crane to lift up Kevin's opponent, but Kevin lifted him 3 times on his own to prove he could.
Boo, I already knew this fact, dude. Fuck you. Come up with better material.
Second fun fact, which is even more fun. The song Here Comes the Boom by P.O.D. was released on September 11th, 2001.
How unfortunate.
Oh, no. That's fucking hilarious.
That is amazing.
Those guys, yeah, they just go, so how are day 1 album sales? Well, people don't seem to be listening right now.
Oh no, that's so bad. Jesus.
This is actually
Here
an inside
comes the
plan.
Alright, rankings?
Yeah,
rankings. Tanner, how'd you feel about this one here?
I am at a B+ right now.
Fairly respectable.
Barely. Did you say barely or fairly?
Fairly.
Okay.
He said barley, like the grain.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm at a flat B, personally.
Okay. I'm a little bit lower. I'm at a B- personally. I was gonna... Jackson, you motherfucker. I was gonna make a joke that I love this movie. I'm gonna have 5 big booms. You stole my thunder. Dylan, where are you putting it?
I thought you guys would have liked this movie a little more. I figured this would have been pretty close. I mean, I guess it is kind of close. I gave Here Comes the Boom an A.
Okay. So, this movie is cliche. It's predictable. The good joke to bad joke ratio is 1-to-1 at best. And I thoroughly enjoyed it and had a fantastic time watching it.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%. I fucking loved it. This movie was a good time to watch, and I'm a sucker for movies regardless, so it doesn't matter if I say whether this is good or not. But I don't know. It was just fun to watch. I liked the idea of a teacher who is like, yeah, I used to wrestle, and then gets into MMA and is literally doing it to fundraise. I don't know. I enjoyed the comedy somewhat. I just think it's an enjoyable watch. This is gonna be one of those movies I don't really have a crazy amount to say. I didn't break this movie down really at all. Also, Selma Hayek is hot.
I think what saves this movie from, like, it's just an aggressively generic, like, plot structure and whatever. And to me, what saves it from being in, like, the C tier where it would just be, like, fine but boring is Kevin James and Henry Winkler.
Yes.
Who are 2 just, like, intrinsically likable guys, and I enjoy watching them on the screen. And then, yeah, Selma Hayek. Like they really just went, we're gonna make an impossibly generic film, but let's put 2 really likable guys and then the hottest woman in Hollywood in it, and then people will like it.
Speaking of the hottest woman in Hollywood, she got a fucking boob job, and she's trying to convince people she didn't, but, like, her tits are, like, twice as big, and she ruined herself personally. I don't know what the fuck she did that. She already had a fat rack, man. I don't get it. Anyways, go on.
Rip. And I'm curious to see if you guys would agree with this argument. I think one thing that kind of low-key helps this movie is the fact that it's UFC and not, like, some more generic, like, fighting thing or, like, boxing or whatever. Because you can kind of tell someone involved in the making this movie genuinely has enthusiasm for UFC, like, as a sport, and I think that enthusiasm kind of helps the movie elevate itself a little bit.
Yeah, it was Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Yeah, God damn it, you motherfucker.
I can definitely see it for sure. I can get behind that logic.
It's very funny seeing Joe Rogan in it, but also he's terrible at acting.
He is.
Yeah, that fucking scene at the dinner table is actually insane. Yeah, bless his soul, though. You know, I appreciate him trying.
So Kevin, you're telling me that you're like a boxer or something? That's crazy. That's cool. We're gonna get you into a big match. I think it's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, I have very little to actually say about this movie. It is surprisingly funny for what it is. I definitely think that it's a cut above some Adam Sandler schlock, given I gave it a B. I think it's an enjoyable watch. I don't think the emotional aspect of it really worked on me that much. I still find it a little hard to believe that our main character would go so far to help this dude, even if it is just like a ploy to get pussy and he's trying to like cover his ass. But I don't know, it just seemed out of character for him, but maybe that's just because they didn't do a great job characterizing him, or maybe they do and I just didn't fucking get it. I don't know. The escalation of his skill with these fights is pretty funny too. How like he keeps like eating shit, but like he keeps getting into these more and more like high end fights. Like the progression there makes actually no fucking sense at all. There's honestly some comedy in that fact. Like, yeah, no, like 4 fights later, he's in an actual UFC fight. Like, that's not how that fucking works. But you know, I'll just roll with it because it's funny.
Not only that, but he wins. Like, what the fuck?
I feel like there was a lot of time jumping, but
he got fucking punched in the face so many times. I don't care who you are. If you get skull punched like 5 times, you're going down. I don't give a fuck who you are.
He was gonna get hit by some fucking haymakers too, like Jesus. And then he just wins by like picking the guy up and throwing him on the ground. That wasn't the most satisfying way for that fight to end.
Dude, I totally disagree. That shit was fucking epic.
Yeah, I thought that shit was awesome.
There's a shocking amount of parallels to Rocky in this movie. But,
like, also, the reason that knockout makes sense to me is because they're reaching the end of their fight. They're both tired as hell. Even this professional guy, you know, he's tired. I definitely think if you're exhausted and you get picked up and you're, like, you know, he's probably a heavy dude. They're in the fucking heavyweight fights. And you go down with the force of not only you, but also this larger man and, you know, just gravity also. I think it's gonna do quite a number on you, regardless. It's the whole skull punching thing. I think it's gonna do you in pretty good.
I disagree. I think that fucking Kevin James should have roundhouse kicked him.
That'd be very fun, dude. Man, see, another thing where, like, obviously, you know, one or more people involved in this really just are really into the UFC. There's so many like Easter eggs to like UFC history in this. Like,
yeah, Joe Rogan's in this movie, guys.
In his first fight, the way it ends, where he just rushes in and then gets kneed in the face, that's fucking identical to a fight in UFC 1 between a sumo wrestler and a kickboxer, where the sumo wrestler dives in to try and grab the guy and then just gets kneed in the fucking face immediately, and he like breaks all his teeth and passes out.
Oh my god.
That scene was genuinely funny and caught me off guard. Movie has a surprising amount of those types of jokes in it that just work for some reason.
Yeah, there are a handful of really solid jokes. I really like, I don't know why he's in the movie, but I appreciate it because I really found him funny. The guy with all the kids and whatever. I just found that guy really funny, and all of the like family jokes and whatever.
That shit reminded me of fucking the first episode of Smiling Friends when he goes to visit Tim's house and it's all just the freaking kids just going crazy, running around. It's just chaos while they're having like a normal conversation.
Dude, that's super valid of you. I think a solid joke involving that guy is when he finally gets Salma Hayek to say yes to going out with him, and he's like, "Listen, I'll cook anything," and then it hard cuts to the other guy cooking.
Yeah,
I think that's just a well done joke there.
Yeah, one fun aspect of this film that I appreciated a lot was, you know, when the film starts, everything is super dreary and cloudy. There's, like, no color whatsoever, whatever the fuck. Everything's super muted. But then as the film goes on, and you see, like, you know, he's getting a more positive attitude, things are looking up, he's really getting into the swing of things at school again. You see that, suddenly things are so much more colorful. There's the sets are much brighter and everything. It's a fantastic little touch that I appreciate a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Friend of the show, Hunter, pointed out that this movie is in fact just the plot of Nacho Libre. I think personally, in comparison to Nacho Libre, I think Nacho Libre is funnier, but I think this film is better done, like, plot-wise.
Fair enough, dude. I can agree with that.
I would disagree personally. I think that this film is much funnier.
I think this movie blows Nacho Libre out of the water. I thought the movie was incredibly unfunny, but I also don't like Jack Black as an actor. So
I was gonna say, you guys,
Nacho...
yeah, you guys didn't like Jack Black and you didn't like Nacho Libre, so that only checks out from here.
I don't mind Jack Black. That's Jackson's cross to bear.
Fair enough,
that
dude. I take
guy.
that back.
All right, one final question, because I feel like we're starting to wind down on this film here. Who is your guys' favorite member of the Sandler crew?
Dude, if I knew any of them by name, I'd tell you.
I gave you the only one I know. Wait, William Dafoe.
William Dafoe's... Wait, no, that's not... Is that who I think it is? I don't know if that's one of them.
Let's see who all we have here. Who are the ones that we know? So we got Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi, David Spade, Chris Rock,
I guess you
Nick
could count him.
Swartzen, Rob Schneider,
Yeah.
Kevin James, Henry Winkler.
It's not William Dafoe. I'm telling you that
It's
now.
Willem Dafoe,
Jackson.
by the way. I don't know why all of you pronounce the man's name incorrectly. He's Irish, okay?
Listen, dude,
Shut
I'm just
the fuck
repeating
up.
what Jackson said. I'm informing him that's not part of Adam Sandler's crew. Anyway, go on.
Terry Crews.
I feel like once we
I
get
think-
to Terry Crews, we start stretching it a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
I think Kevin James probably is my favorite out of these guys. I do really like David Spade in some things.
I think David
he's a
Spade is
funny
probably my
guy.
favorite. He's solid.
Steve Buscemi is pretty funny as well.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I'll be the outlier of the pack and say D. Buscemi.
I'm gonna go and be the outlier of the pack and say Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
Nice.
That's
Very
what I was
good.
thinking of. I said fucking William Dafoe. I'm getting my weird looking people mixed up.
That's a fair mistake to make, though, honestly.
For
Yes.
more or
No
less.
offense, Steve Buscemi and or William Dafoe if you're watching this video for some reason.
That'd be wild.
Well, alrighty, boys. Are we finished up here with Here Comes the Boom?
I think so.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think I'll bump it up. Why not? We had a lot of positive things to say about this, and I'll give it a B.
Nice. I'm gonna keep mine the same.
As for me, I'm lowering my rank to a B minus. Just kidding, a B minus B.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm comfortable staying at B+.
Okay.
B plus A, and that puts it at a B plus.
Crazy.
I know. That's crazy.
You good, Tanner? What the fuck?
Sorry, I was watching that great Kevin James clip from a random Daytona thing where he just goes, I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And ladies and gentlemen. And then he just.
Oh,
needs
it's
to be
that clip. Yeah, I
screaming,
fucking love that
that's a
clip.
good
It's
one.
late at night.
Yeah.
But
God bless his soul. May he rest in peace.
He's not dead.
He's dead to me.
Okay.
damn. He's dead
Jesus.
to me until he makes Paul Blart Mall Cop 4.
Oh my, don't even start me with those movies, man.